We have a couple of questions for you if you can look at them pretty deeply. One is, from your personal viewpoint or from the viewpoint of your business, what do you regard as progress? The second one is, what do you consider to be success? How do you measure it? People don't like to be philosophical. We like to do things. But everything we do is driven by whatever philosophy of life we've acquired one way or another. We usually don't like to go very deep with such questions. We'll regard them humorously or kind of toss them off. And so deep reflection is being willing to examine yourself in that depth. What's my own response to those two questions? Well, I'd like to leave Earth on a much better path to regenerating its ecology and enlist the business system in aiding that objective. Now, beyond that, we got to look out into the future. And to look into the future, ask yourself another question. What kind of world do you want your great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren to live in? That's different from just wishing you to take a trip around the world or something that benefits pretty much you. Now, to do that, let's introduce deep reflection. Deep reflection is the ability to question our deepest motives and understandings and assumptions. We don't like to do that. We prefer to run on automatic. But let's try. Another way to think of it is what I've just dubbed Omnilog. That means learning and appreciating everything from many directions. Other people, nature, the world around you. A guy that got into that from a Western view years ago was a philosopher, Martin Buber. He invented a term called I-it thinking versus I-thou. I-it is kind of a distant, detached view of things. I am the active agent and I learn something about other things. I-thou means I am also examining myself and I'm a part of everything being observed. That's learning about nature or anything else as if you were a part of it. And you are. We don't realize it, but we are. To go a little deeper with that, systems thinking, as described in the 20th century, is a little frustrating. It's ancient. Indigenous people and others did it automatically. They felt very connected to the world around them. Many still do. And they're frustrated by the modern world. The language reflects it. For example, when they would greet each other, they might mean something like, hello, my other self. Or they would talk to the animals. Sometimes hear them talk back. We think that's very strange because we have a very detached point of view. We are the thinker and the animal is it. And so scientific thinking and commercial thinking have both made great advances the way we think of progress, mostly using detached thinking. Science will examine things in a detached way and then come up with objective proof, presumably. And commerce will look at other things and determine objectively how can we exploit that. Neither one of those may be fully effective. And business doesn't help. A company is an entity inside a boundary defined by accounting and finance. We bring revenue in, we send payments out, and we may not have to examine much outside that boundary except the propensity of customers to keep sending revenue to us. our transactional world leads to fractionated thinking, not systems thinking very well. And so we invite you into a program of Omnilog and deep reflection to help us figure out how do we get from here to wherever there is and reconcile this big clash between how business thinks of progress and what nature may think of as progress, which means the ability to regenerate itself. We hope you'll join us.